Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going over the last week and a half or so of December's sales and doing also a monthly wrap up for December. So if you were interested to see what I sold and what my month looked like reselling on Poshmark, keep watching this video. All right, so my last what sold video ended on the 18th, so we're going to start on the 19th of December and go through the 31st. I am going to put pictures here so you can see what the items look like, and let's go ahead and get started. So on the 19th, I did sell one item. It was this Tangerine pink long sleeve jacket. It is kind of an athletic wear brand that I have seen plenty in thrift stores and such, but I've never picked up. I didn't think it was going to be a very high selling brand, but I was able to find a few pieces free and cheap, so I wanted to see how it would do. This particular item did sell for $18. This was one item that was given to me by a friend, and so my cost of goods was $0. So after Poshmark took their fee, I made $14.40 in profit, and it only took a week, 7 days to sell. So I think it was a pretty quick flip, but I do have a couple of other items in my closet that have been sitting since I listed them. So I'm not really sure if I'll pick these items up anymore, unless of course I'm given them, they're given to me for free. On the 20th, I had 3 sales, one of them being a bundle. So I sold this Kashik Cotton Boost Plunge Bra. It had kind of a wintry theme to it. It had snowflakes and it was blue. Really pretty. It did have some wear to it, just general wear from wearing it because it was cotton. Very high percentage of cotton if I remember correctly. So I did note that, but it did still sell for $10. My cost of goods was only 48 cents as I got it at the Goodwill outlet. And so my profit after Poshmark fee is $6.57. It did take 71 days to sell, but it was actually delivered today and the buyer was really happy with it. Then the bundle that sold that day was for 2 items. First was this Cabela's red, I called it a granny knit sweater. I don't know if it was vintage or not, but it was very thick, very heavy knit. And I was actually given that for free. So my cost of goods was $0 on that. And then I've also sold in that bundle this ModCloth sheer red long sleeve top, and my cost of goods was $2.25 at Goodwill, as it was, I believe, half off day when I got this. So together they sold for $20, and my cost of goods was only $2.25. So after the Poshmark fee and my cost of goods, I made $13.75. The Cabela sweater took 147 days to sell, so it did take quite a bit of time, but the ModCloth shirt only took 56 days to sell. The last thing on the 20th was this Nike red heathered joggers. I did find this at a local consignment store, and I paid $4.62 for it because I averaged out what I purchased that day, and they sold for $30. After Poshmark fee and cost of goods, I profited $15.38, and it was only listed for 17 days before it sold. I didn't have any sales on the 21st, but on the 22nd, I sold these Maurice's gray straight leg jeans. I do like to pick up Maurice's, especially if I can get it really cheap at either the bins or at garage sales, but I do tend to stick to the larger sizes. I find that those sell better for me. So this was a larger size. It did sell for $10, and my cost of goods was only 65 cents because I did purchase it at the bins. So my profit on this item was $6.40, and it took 40 days to sell. On the 23rd, I sold 2 items. The first was this Athleta black straight Power Vita pants. They were like kind of like a yoga pants, but they were just basic and black. But they sold for $30, and my cost of goods was $4.99. I purchased them at the Disabled American Veterans thrift store that I went when I went to Kansas City a few weeks back. And I'll link that video up here where I showed you guys what I purchased from there. So after my cost of goods and Poshmark fee, I made $19.01, and it actually sold just a few hours after I listed it. So it was a really quick flip. The last thing that sold on the 23rd was this Johnny Was Etienne Everyday t-shirt. I thought it was beautiful. It was blue and then had all this embroidery, especially around the neck. And I got it at Salvation Army. It sold for $40, and my cost of goods was only $2.60 because I got it at a half price clothing day sale. And so after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods, I made $29.40 profit, and it only took 18 days to sell. So I was really happy with that. This next sale was pretty good as well. It was on the 24th, so Christmas Eve. I sold these Timberland leather mid-bark boots. I found them at the Goodwill outlet. They sold for $50 and my cost of goods was $2.49. Now, I did actually provide a shipping discount to this buyer of $2.12. So after all fees and cost of goods, my profit was $35.39, and they only took 2 days to sell. So I thought it was my first pair of Timberlands that I had purchased, so I thought it was a really good pickup. On Christmas Eve, I also sold this Nike gray hooded jacket. My husband found it at the bins as well. So it sold for $25 and our cost of goods was only 63 cents. So our profit after cost of goods and Poshmark fee was $19.37, and it only took 8 days to sell. On Christmas Day, I didn't sell anything, which kind of makes sense. I was busy with family and my husband, and so I didn't share, I didn't list, I don't even think, so it makes sense that I didn't sell anything. But on the 26th, I did sell a bundle of 2 items. These 2 items I did relist because I had them for a very long time. You're going to see how long in a second, but I did relist them, and they sold, I believe, the next day after I relisted them in a bundle, so that was pretty exciting. The first item was this cozy Sherpa quarter zip like pullover, and then the second item was this Love Tree Sherpa pullover. I got them both the same day at the Goodwill outlet for 67 cents, and together they sold for $20. My cost of goods was $1.34 each, and so my profit after Poshmark fee was $13.71 for both of them. The Cozy Sherpa took 148 days to sell because I listed that one a few days before the other one, and then the Love Tree Sherpa took 144 days to sell, so I was really happy to see those go. I did not want to hold on to them until spring. Then on the 27th, I sold 2 items. First was this Torrid striped like elastic band skirt. Now, when I saw this and picked it up, the first word that came to my mind was Beetlejuice. It looked like a piece that you could use if you were to dress up like Beetlejuice for Halloween. So I did list this right before Halloween and use that as one of my keywords, but it did not sell in October. It sold in December, but it sold for $16. My cost of goods was $2.25 at a garage sale, and so my profit was $10.55, and it took 61 days to sell. The second thing to sell on the 27th was this Magellan Salmon fish gear shirt. It sold for $14. My cost of goods was $2, and I purchased it at a local How thrift store. It helps, I believe, men get back on their feet after they've either been, I think it's homeless or maybe in jail. It's a pretty good organization, and they have a very, very small clothing section, but I did pick this up there for $2. So after cost of goods and Poshmark fee, I made $9.05, and it only took 10 days to sell. On the 28th, I had 4 sales. The first one being this Lululemon Hottie Hot yellow pair of shorts. Now, I did get this at City Thrift as well in that Kansas City trip. But when I got home, I realized the inner lining, like panty liner, looked like it had been chewed by a dog. There was a massive rip in it, and it looked like whoever owned these prior had sewn it up, but the stitching had come undone, and so part of it was stitched up and part of it wasn't. So I made sure to list that in my description, and I did price accordingly. I had it listed for $20, and literally within 30 minutes I got an offer for $12. I countered at $15 just to see if I was able to get that much out of it, and they accepted. So after cost of goods and Poshmark fee, I made $8.28, which is a lot lower than I would want to see on a pair of Lululemon shorts, but it sold the same day and it had a flaw, so I was really happy to get rid of those. The second thing to sell was a really good sale. It was this Sorel pair of sneak chic Alpine boots, and I purchased these off of Facebook Marketplace actually, and I was scrolling through, the person had this listed, I believe, for $30, and I offered $18. She asked if I could do $20, and I said yes. And so they sold on Poshmark for $50. So after cost of goods and Poshmark fee, I made $20, which was doubling my initial investment into these boots. So I was really happy with that. And they took 33 days to sell, so a pretty quick flip as well. The second thing to sell on the 28th was this Columbia PFG striped women's top. I did get this at a garage sale and it sold for $10. My cost of goods was only 73 cents because when I do go to garage sales, I average out all the items and what I spent that day. So after Poshmark fee and cost of goods, I made $6.32 profit, and it took 93 days to sell, so a little bit longer, but I was happy to see it go. Then the last thing I sold on the 28th was this Foundry Supply Co. black quarter zip. This was actually my husband's. He just couldn't fit it anymore, so we decided to put it on Poshmark. It sold for $13. I had a zero cost of goods, and so my profit on that was $10.05, and it sold within 7 days. So a week was a pretty good flip, I think it's like a JCPenney brand, so I was kind of happy about that. On the 29th, I did sell 2 items. I sold this, it was a one listing, but I had included 2 pairs of Calvin Klein shorts. They were the same size, and so I wanted to list them as a single listing, and so my cost of goods on those was $2 from a garage sale. They sold for $15, and so my profit was $10, and they took 126 days to sell, so a little bit longer, but I did get them at a garage sale in the summertime, and I thought it was funny that I purchased them and listed them in the summertime, but they sold in December. But you know, people live where it's still warm, so and then the second thing I sold on the 29th was a pretty good sale. It was these Fry Metallic Melanie flats. They sold for $50. My cost of goods was $12.99, and I also provided the buyer a shipping discount of $2.12. So after all the fees and cost of goods, my profit was $24.89, and it took 34 days to sell. So I was really happy to see that amount of profit in that amount of time. I did start a sale on the 29th running through the 31st for 25% off bundles of 2 items or more. I did get a few sales from that, so I'm going to go over the sales that I got. I didn't get any sales on the 30th. The 2 sales from the 29th they were just single items, so there was no discount on those besides what I offered the buyer. And so on the 31st, I did sell 3 items, 2 of those being resulting from the sale. So the first item was this Logo by Lori Goldstein teal tank top. This was the first item and only item that I've picked up from this line, but I was really happy with the flip that I made. So I purchased it for $1 at the Howe Foundation thrift store, and it sold for $15. So after Poshmark fee and cost of goods, I made $11 profit, and it sold within 14 days. Now this is only a single item, but when I had messaged and sent out my sale spiel to this buyer, she did look through my closet, but said that she couldn't find anything else that she wanted and was wondering if I could still send her a discount. And I went ahead and just sent her the 25% off discount, and she did accept. So I consider that a success from this sale. The second item was a Donald J. Pliner pair of snake print heels. They were from a garage sale. I had purchased them for $1. They sold for $12, and they took 96 days to sell. So this particular buyer had bundled, I believe it was 6 or 7 items together after I told them about my sale. And I said, hey, this is going to go over the 5-pound limit. We can either split it up into 2, or I can offer you 20% instead of 25%. So that way I can cover a little bit of the extra shipping. And they said, you know what, I'm just going to take 1 item. And I was fine with that. So they did purchase the 1 item, and I did give them actually a little bit over 25% because they did send me that offer. And I just went ahead and accepted it. It had been sitting around for 96 days, and I was ready to get rid of it. So for the month of December, I sold 59 items. My gross sales was $1,126. Then I had to account for all the Poshmark fees and a couple of shipping discounts, as well as my cost of goods, which totaled $151.44 on those 59 items. So in total, my net sales or profit was $732.67. And I was really happy with that. It definitely wasn't my highest profiting month, but a lot of things were, of course, going on in December. There was holidays and there was just a lot going on at work. So I was happy to get that amount of sales and that amount of profit. I am looking forward to 2021 to seeing what things I can do with my Poshmark business. I will be doing a 2020 results and 2021 goals video here shortly, so keep a lookout for that, and I hope to see you in the next video.